Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rome Total War. And what the... I think we just got a new family member. I was curious as to where he'd come from. So, it is the turn after the turn that we ended the last episode on, where we, after a hard-fought battle, we conquered Medioladium. So, we've now got a lot of freshly retrained swordsmen ready for conquering Britons, which has been slightly reinforced by the Gauls. Sin 4, he's old, but he's tough, and he's not going to go down easily. He's going to go down fighting. So we're going to set up the rest of these guys for retraining. And so, you must be... Yes, Gwendolau. Oh. He came of age with doubtful courage. And you're practically useless. We might just have to have you as the manager of one of these settlements. So I'm thinking we could actually. There's Meridoc. He's already 26. So I'm thinking is I actually have one of these guys actually move back up into Germany or towards the German border to go alongside Caradog. And so we have two generals ready to move against the Germans who are fielding a sizable army. And one of these guys, Vindex, rather lazy, fruitful, careless. Chancellor, Walterix, perhaps. Harsh ruler. They're probably going to be sitting around for a while. Now we'll send in Vindex. I also built a watchtower at the border just to help keep an eye on the area. And I bought a whole load more mercenaries who are available here just to serve as a garrison force for the settlements that we conquer. So we've got lots of buildings being built, swordsmen being trained and retrained, and I accidentally closed it. But we had a notification that Numantia is ready to become a city. It will build its High King's Hall, it will train a whole lot of swordsmen, and then, well, while it is unfortunate the Carthaginians essentially tricked us into breaking our alliance with the Spanish, well, Spain will make a good addition to our empire, I think. They don't have much of a garrison force there, or there. Only here, which is their capital, which makes sense. And the Carthaginians don't have much to their name. Either way, I think first off, yes, we've got even more chosen swordsmen. Who are you? Captain Gaius. Captain Gnaeus. Stay on the bridge for now. See what these guys do. So if you do attack, at least you'll have the bridge advantage. Alessia, we're going to have you train even more lovely chosen swordsmen. Sambrovio, you're ready for construction. Now we can retrain all these guys. Thanks to the sacred circle we just built. And definitely get a weaponsmith so that we can get more chariots coming in. That's for you. We're waiting for you to grow. Londinium, you're still building. You can do nothing more but a set of stables. And you get a meeting hall. And you... none of these really help with trade. Just get a smith. Get a smithy. And I believe that's everything in terms of construction. So now in terms of troops, Sinafor is going to continue his conquest alongside with his loyal retinue of swordsmen. I believe that's everything that's not being retrained. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's hurt the tax rate. In the meantime, these guys can... Is there enough room? Well, all the generals can stay in here for now. Get this guy in as well. We've essentially got 6 generals in one city. And Captain, whatever your name is, can sit out here and he can garrison the place once the generals start moving out, while you are going to move towards Batavium, which is now the Gaelic capital. Not for long. Soon it's going to be whatever that is, and we can send a splinter force up there to take it over while our main army moves towards Rome. Yes, I intended this episode to march on Rome. So, I think that's everything this episode for the time being, although I keep on forgetting that we have a diplomat poking around here who I think I can go and send to talk to the Armenians. Whoops. Why is it? Oh, I have to go all the way up there. Fine. Poor you having to go all the way through the Scythian wastes. Ah, well. So, next turn, we're going to see what we can do with Batavium. Alright, so, oh dear, our money's going down quite a lot. I've only just noticed that. We've got Hall of Heroes everywhere. Conde Render, Novo Martis, Massilia. Perfect. Chosen Swordsman for days, though I want to watch my spending now. Still, before anything else, these guys have... I think all your troops have merged into there now. Which means the Chosen Swordsman maybe can get a cheeky pick. I think we're blocking off this Macedonian diplomat as well. Whoops. I wonder if he'll be... Well, you know what? Meet up with them, just so I don't want the Chosen Swordsman to be picked off unnecessarily. So, whatever the case, it is time for Batavium to meet British... The gates have opened, how nice. So, who we got? Whatever you are. Oh, you've got Silver War. So these guys are nothing to laugh at. Actually, no, a turn's passed. Can I get... I could get more troops in. I didn't think of that until now. Perfect. Right, I'm going to have to decrease the checks right here just to make sure it doesn't rebel. Now we can get some more retraining done as well. Right, now we can attack. Now we've got ourselves a sizable force with gold head hurlers. Very nice. So I didn't actually check your stats. He's axe spitting. His untamed axe rage. +1 morale. Famously... Oh! +4 to morale. This fight might be tough for the main reason that his troops will take quite a while to break. But I have faith in Sinfor the Conqueror. So we got ourselves lined up nicely here. I've got the head hurlers ready to throw in some of their gold-plated heads into the settlement. I've got the rams ready to move in, and thankfully we also have a fourth breach thanks to our lovely spy opening the gates for us. Although it looks more like he actually bust them open. By the way, let's go. All the walls came down at once. And you know what? They haven't actually left much in the way of guard. Oh, Chosen Swordsman. The thing is, if I have to get my head hurlers to run past that tower, and I don't want to lose any of them unnecessarily, although they do... I'm sure they'd at least have... to get gold weapons here, they must have that sacred circle of whatever god it is. So... I could probably retrain them. Otherwise, those skirmishers really do hurt if they get a good volley off those chosen. Okay, I don't want them coming in just one way at once. They haven't left much in the way of guards, so all of you get in there. We need to get these guys in to help out, so you guys actually come over here. We need help against the Chosen Swordsmen especially. They're already tired. How much have they been running around? By the way, these skirmishers are completely outnumbered. So they're waving, but they're fighting nearly to the last man. In fact, literally to the last man. They're fighting to the last man. There's only one left, literally. Still, whatever the case, these Chosen Swordsmen are also... Okay, the warband's running. And these chosen swordsmen are completely surrounded. Marvellous. Look at this. I'm not sure, I think the war cry would only give you a bonus to the actual unit itself and not the ones surrounding it. Alright, these guys are broken, that's good. So run them down, we don't want to fight them later on. Especially on the plaza, because I remember these guys have silver weapons, they will hurt. But I think you've almost completely wiped them out. There's just this, there we are. And one warband left who was going through a leisurely jog through our troops until he got run down. Right, Sin4, we want you in here as well. And the rest of you guys, I want you to line up along here because I think it's just 3 cavalry, 1 swordsman, and the general himself guarding the plaza. Oh, hello. No, there's 1 sneaky unit of warband running around. Won't be much of an issue. Well, they appear to be moving towards us, so moving the injured chosen swordsman away, and the rest of these guys are going to give a hearty war cry, and then they're going to go right in. Oh yes! I could perhaps send these guys round to flank. Well, we're going to chop them down anyway, but they're going to take the long way round. Still, no worries. They're taking plenty of casualties. We're not really taking many at all. They're wavering, but they will fight. See, why is it necessary just to go? They just follow the paths. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we can cut them down. Actually, they're winded. We are as well, but at least if we can get a few kills, that'll be all good. Right, everyone but the head hurlers. Line up here and get a quick rest. The head hurlers moving behind. And Sin4, move there. We probably don't want Sin4 to get involved personally, because he will most likely get stuck in the cramped quarters, and bad things will happen. No, it turns out they had another warband sneaking around. You guys give a good hearty war cry. And then get in there. Charge! Oh yeah, that's it. And they were a bit delayed in engaging in battle, so now they've just taken a lot of casualties. Wonderful. And they've already broken, and they're going to have to run through my units in order to retreat, and they've all just gotten completely butchered. Oh, hello, these guys are back for more. Oh, here comes the general. He will no doubt take a little while to kill. But if we get these guys lined up, and here's Sin4 as well, who's sort of barging his way through the head hurlers. I want to make sure we've got ourselves a nice big bulk of infantry when we engage the general, so that we can essentially lock him in place and secure the kill. Okay, I'm getting my swordsmen moving up, and these 3, they were charging down the hill, and then they realised exactly what they were up against, and now they're running away. And the general is also facing us, and if I'm lining them up so the full strength chosen swordsmen are at the front, the full strength swordsmen are right behind them, and all the weakened units are in the third line, with the head hurlers bringing up the rear. The head hurlers, due to their limited range, unfortunately probably won't get any shots in, but it is at least worth having them around. So these guys, oh hello, no, they're charging. Right, screw the lining up. I think I tried to line them up a bit too close. Give a war cry and then have at them. Luckily he's not charging. So with the war cry, hang on, whoa, stop, don't shoot. I didn't realise the head hurlers were that close. If they were throwing heads, they'd have hit my own guys, and they did throw heads, but that actually... Oh, nice one. Okay, screw subtlety. While the war cry is active, all of you just get in there. The bodyguard's still around, and they will put up a fight, but they won't have the bonuses of the general anymore. Okay, this time they did get in charge and it took a few guys out. And they've got some experience, but it won't matter anyway. Even if by some miracle they did win this battle, they'd disband anyway thanks to the death of the general. Okay, they're done. Give another war cry. And I want the chosen swordsman in first. They're at the front anyway. And now the war cry is over. Get in there. These swordsmen will hit us hard thanks to their silver upgrades. But I have chosen they're just regular swordsmen. I have chosen ones who do have experience and some upgrades of their own. Not silver, but it's good enough. And they have the bonus of the war cry. And what are you doing over here? By the way, you got yourself killed. You're a bit too eager to get into battle. You guys move up to the front. Try and surround them if you can. Hello, we just lost one. Okay, now get into battle. These guys are at the back now. They'll be able to hit them in the rear. One day, eventually. Come on. There we are. Now these guys are surrounded. And they're left fighting to the death. You are warriors though. I will give you that. You are fighting. What the? Sinful. I do not recall. I'm pretty sure I didn't have you highlighted. I know barbarian units do tend to charge without orders, but I wouldn't think they'd do it from the other side or from way over there. And Sinful, that's Sinful himself, he's really eager to get into battle. Still, I guess he wanted to get a bit of blood on his chariot wheels before the end, which I don't blame him. So, 280 kills to just 71. And they wonder. We recovered 5 chosen swordsmen and 6 swordsmen. So, we can easily retrain them here. So, it's fairly good in public order, so I'm just going to occupy it. Good lord. I know Batavium is quite a good settlement in terms of natural growth rate. Jesus. Which means... And of course they don't have a freaking weaponsmith, so I still can't... It's still going to be 2 more turns before I can... Excuse me. Retrain my chariots. Yeah. Still, I can retrain all my swordsmen, my chosen swordsmen, and my regular swordsmen. Repair the walls. So, what do you... Oh, tetanus. Upgrades light weapons +1. So, does that stack? I kind of wish I had this, because this is very nice. Experience bonus and upgrades weapons. Mine gives me experience bonus and allows me to train head hurlers and walled warriors, which I'm actually not really using that much. Right, my spy, he will technically be the first to cross the Rubicon, but he's just a spy. He's not a general, he's not an army. What do you mean you can't see, is that Armenium or something? By the way, Segesta has a few captains floating around, but not one solid big force. Meanwhile, these guys... I'm going to... So Batavium's okay in terms of public order. Oh, I missed one. Okay, I'm going to spend a couple of turns here. I know, I want to cross the Rubicon just as much as you guys do, but I want to make sure I have a good force to do it with. And in the meantime, I'm just going to... Hello? Yeah, money. I might need to actually hold off on construction and recruitment for the time being because of a lack of money. How are my finances looking? Projected profits. Yeah, my army upkeep is growing quite a bit. I think change that to a high tax rate. I don't need these settlements to grow anymore. Yeah, I should have done this a while ago. I should probably get some more peasants in Londinium. It actually has a distance to capital penalty now. Yeah, I need a bigger garrison in Londinium. Get a couple more peasants. I can't up the high tax rate there. I won't increase it here because I need these settlements to grow. Condate Rendon, however, I can set you up to very high. Lemonum, I need you to grow. Narbo Martis, I can up you a bit. You actually have a governor. The Julii are gone now. I could send you down towards the Spanish city. Or towards our Spanish colony. I'm going to actually have you build a watchtower here just to keep an eye on the area. That's actually decreased. Well, that's because of the tax rate. Here, you've grown now, so I can up the tax rate here. And here as well, I can set it to very high. I should have probably done this a while ago, but now projected profits are a couple of thousand higher, which is good. So I'm not actually going to build anything yet. I want to make sure I can build a war chest so I can afford the upkeep and recruitment of all these guys. And Vindex, these guys are still here. He's 48. He spent years in this fort. You can join the forces at Alessia, who are one day going to move against the Germans, though that might be while I'm concentrating all of my resources and taking out the Romans. Next turn. Hang on, diplomat. He would have moved anyway. Next turn. I also realised I forgot to move the boats properly. Julii Navy at war. He's got 3 stars, but I have... It's just 1 ship. Do I want to take unnecessary casualties? I'll leave it for now. If he attacks us, he attacks us. Okay, so we've now got a bit more money, and... Ooh, hello. Ah, yes, definitely. I will more than happily pay for that construction. A master smith of pet hunting dogs. Sinful the Conqueror has picked up a Tarvium now has its walls repaired. Excellent. The Greek cities have declared a few ceasefires. Well, they're not in any position to threaten anyone since they only own the island of Rhodes now. So, Vindex, meet up there. You guys. Hang on, that's 6 units, and you have 6 slots free. Perfect. And Patavim isn't too happy. Lower the tax rate. Oh yeah, we're getting these guys to silver now. Right, we definitely want the chosen swordsman to be silver. And I'm going to move half the generals. That's Meriadoc. I kind of want him to follow Sin 4 into battle. He's our factionaire. I'm not going to waste money retraining these guys. That's pointless. I'm not going to use them for battle. Can I actually retrain them to silver in here? No, the chariots aren't silver. I want to leave enough... I'm worried about these guys, though, attacking them. You know what? Have 3 of the generals just move into this army to guard it. Because even though they've got Principes and the like, they're going to have a hard time taking on 3 armoured barbarian warlord generals in chariots. The chosen swordsman can go in there to get armoured up. The chariot next turn will have a weaponsmith, and the turn after that we can retrain them. That's all good. And then finally we'll have our full Doomstack army with Sinfor the Conqueror to move into Italy. Ha! It's the new turn now, but I also forgot to mention that the big German army that was lurking around here suddenly sodded off. I don't know why. Either way, our money worries aren't as big anymore, and Lemonum has finally gotten what it needs to become a High King, so I think nearly all of our settlements now, with the exception of oh no, that's grown. So I think we're going to have nothing but cities now, which is excellent. And Egypt has once again taken the title of... You're still spying on me! Has taken the title of strongest faction. A new child. Excellent. Deva has a meeting hall, blah, 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 blah. Recruitment, all good. And the Greek cities are at war with the Romans again. And Parthia and Macedon are allies. Considering they're nowhere near each other, I don't really see the point in them doing that, but hey-oh. And Batavium, despite the low tax rate, is still not happy. How are you in terms of public order? You're okay. So I'm probably going to want all of these mercenaries to move to Batavium. That's what I bought them help for. So, you three into Batavium. Sin4 and his Doom stack come out for a second. Let's see if we can get that. It's still not happy. It's very unhappy, in fact. Alright, what about if we send you? And you? You're not happy either. I should have probably exterminated these settlements. Unrest is the big problem. As is squalor. What about you? Unrest is a big problem with you. That will go down over time, but we'll probably have a few rebellions. Still, we've got ourselves a very sizable garrison in this city. So if they do rebel, we won't have a problem. Here, maybe. Let's get some barbarian peasants coming, because we're also going to be moving all the chariots away. And get some peasants coming in here as well. And that's a Brutii army. Well, I want these guys to meet up. So the weaponsmith is done. We can retrain all the chariots, which is excellent. You, move on to the bridge and be ready. Hello. The Julii have a bit of an army waiting for us. Well then. That's our port. Frickin' pirates. Still, good to know that Sin4 has a bit of a fight waiting for him. And Batavia is no doubt going to put up a fight for us as well. Hella. Note to self, always exterminate Batavium. Damn, the population growth will make up for it anyway. In terms of construction, there's nothing left for you until you grow. I'm not going to waste money building these. We're never going to use them. You might as well get a tavern just for some public order bonuses. So you've got no issues there really, but it always helps to have a bit extra. And Numantia has now finally grown, so we can definitely get you a hall of heroes. So you can train your chosen swordsman as well. Man, we need to get him into battle at some point. He's got himself some good traits. I should have brought him into Spain and left someone else here just to think about it. He's got even more command ability than Sin4, but he doesn't have the influence. And Sin4 is a conquering hero at least. In fact, he'd have even more influence if he hadn't picked up this guy. Blech. Moving on to someone else, someone useful. Either way, next turn we will see what happens. I was going to retrain these guys as well, actually. I'll do it. It's always useful to have highly experienced swordsmen, or highly equipped swordsmen. Next turn. Rioting. Yes, a lot of citizens have been killed and some soldiers. The High King's Hall and Great Market have been damaged. But they're no longer in the red now. Unrest is going down. How dare you break the High King's Hall? Jesus. Oh, and they've also... should have thought of that before moving the swordsman in. Well, let's put them back into the red. Get more peasants coming. Oh, you can't even recruit peasants because you damaged the High King's Hall. Get some war bands then. Hey. Once again, we are the strongest faction. Construction complete, weaponsmith, excellent. Recruitment report, diplomatic information. Pontus and Julii has allied with the Gauls. Or what's left of them. Anyway, Captain Numerius is moving towards Mediolarium, no doubt sensing an easy target. Which it is an easy target. Public order is going to go down quite a bit though once I send all the chariots away. Still, we're just going to have to deal with it. So first off, we're going to check out these guys. Definitely get a shipwright because that will increase trade across the channel quite substantially. Londinium's now in better state. It's got some more troops here. So that's everything. Let's just see what happens when we move the chariots out. Okay, it's not in the red. So, join up with the Doomstack of Sinfor the Conqueror. I might have miscalculated this somewhat, I just realised. Do we want the head hurlers? They're gold. I've got need to spare 4 units. They've got a lot of heavy infantry and practically no indirect fire. You know, I'd rather have heavy infantry. I'm going to have to leave some swordsmen behind anyway. So I'm going to take the head hurlers and 2 units for swordsmen and leave them to guard Batavia, which is no longer in the red. You guys meet up with Sinfor the... I didn't need to move that many away. I miscalculated. Bollocks! Okay. Damn it, I'm making so many stupid mistakes which is stopping me from moving across the Rubicon. I wanted to make a dramatic thing out of it, but no. They're going to siege Mediolanium now. Good. Get some swordsmen back. Sorry, Sinfor. I'll make it up to you unless you die of old age. That will probably happen next turn. Okay, so it's the new turn and Gwendoledu, the new guy, doubtful courage. I'm pretty sure he already had that. And Meriadoc has also picked up a Slubadulum. Jesus, those guys are everywhere. But Sinfor the Conqueror has also gotten a Master Hunter. Wonderful. So we've got Sacred Circles everywhere, recruitment reports and all that. And ceasefire between Carthage and Numidia. Well, Carthage is in no position to threaten anyone. Captain Secundus, eh? I was going to make a big deal about crossing the Rubicon, but we're probably going to have to... He could stand a fight. It will be a bridge battle. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to... Alright, we'll do it once we finish with these guys. We've got a warband now. We don't need to train anyone else. We can retrain those peasants. We can also retrain these guys. Sure. Sinfor the Conqueror. I'm afraid... Jesus is 61. I don't want to leave this any longer. But... I'm sorry I'm losing it. Right. Get up here and deal with this invading Julii force. He is going to stand and fight. It's just a captain. War dogs, Hastati, ballistas. But no heavy infantry. Hastati won't stand up a chosen swordsman fight. It is a bridge battle, but there should be a ford that we can take advantage of. So yeah, remember when I said there should be a ford that we can use, which is normally on the left or right side in a bridge battle that the attackers can make use of, that they don't have to use the bridge? Bollocks! Right, I'm afraid we're just going to have to rush across the bridge as quickly as we can. So, chosen swordsman... lead the way. Followed. Okay. It's annoying that the revolt means we've now got weakened chosen swordsmen, but the Julii should have recruitment facilities that will allow us to retrain our chosen swordsmen. So they're probably going to meet us in battle right away. The chariots can just, well, no, not Sinfor, but the chariots can probably just rush across the bridge quickly. They're coming forward to meet us with Velites and Cavalry Auxilia. I shouldn't have sent the chosen swordsman first now that I think about it. Right, you guys, get a move on. I was going to have you walk to save your energy, but if you can get them to actually move away. Right, good, you made them retreat. Took a couple of losses from the cavalry auxilia. They're actually hiding. Okay, thanks to the speed, we're actually lining up quite well. Right, you're off the bridge. Give a war cry. And then... you're probably... the velites are going to run away. And the captain's actually in the cavalry auxilia. And then... the rest of them... the chosen swordsmen in that mix as well. If we can get the regular swordsman... whoops... to move up as well... then this should be good. Alright, get moving. You're going to take some hits from... oh, they're moving. They're forming the Canterbury circle. I don't think I've actually ever seen the AI do that. Or you've nearly caught the velites. We're going to take some hits from the peeler as well. Okay, get in. Oh, there's the start. They've broken. Right, get the chariots out here. The war dogs are just standing there. Right, good. The starting main line is broken. Perfect. All of you guys just charge forward. No, just charge forward and hit whatever you happen to run into. And that goes for you as well. Right, chariots get across the bridge. The war dogs have attacked. Those war dogs are broken, but they've unleashed the dogs, so we're going to have to fight this in with the ballista round, however. Right, we've hit the ballista. Those guys are broken. Actually, get one unit against the cavalry auxilia and get someone to chase down all of these routing units. Because that's just a lovely pot of gold. But not you. Right, you're chasing the cavalry auxilia. I think you nearly caught them. But then you got stuck on something. Go and chase down all these guys. Gotcha. This will just be a cleanup operation now. So, 377 kills to 56. And we healed a few of our swordsmen. I'll count this as a victory. And he's running away towards the Gestica. So you know what, I was going to do it there, but then I screwed up with the troop placement and all that, and then the big army arrived. But I'm going to do it here. Sinfor the Conqueror, even though he's old and might not make it to the end, is moving into Italy. The die is cast. And there we are. Technically, Sinfor is now within Segestica's borders, so he's in Italy. Marvellous. So, with all that underway, we're just going to sort out things in the rest of the Empire and then move to the next turn, where hopefully the Julii will actually respond by going this way instead of up that way. So, we've got a suitable husband, Gwendulu. We've already got a guy called Gwendulu, haven't we? The Damoni. 37, good defender, social drinker. But he's got nothing else to his name. We've already got so many generals. I think we'll actually leave this one. Belenus! I was actually afraid that was Sinfor. But he was the guy in here, and actually... that assassin isn't... I saw him move up towards there, but he's not... See, we already have a Gwendolyn. Right, who's got good influence? Meriadoc. He's now a faction leader at age 29. And as the faction leader, he won't... an assassin will have a very hard time killing him. Let's move towards there and keep those guys under control. Batavium is actually in the green now, which is good. House of Brutii, he's been executed. Right, and Gaul, he's escaped. Meriadoc is now a faction leader, and one of our female members, Assault, has died. Construction complete. A High King's Hall in Memnum, excellent. And recruitment. So what else has happened is that the Julii have apparently got quite a sizable force now. They've heavily reinforced Segestica. Can I actually see... that's just a governor's villa. So I might have to get reinforcements from... I'm definitely going to have to get reinforcements after these battles. Still, whatever the case, Captain... I could probably draw these guys out into a fight by attacking them. No, he's retreated. But now I have to siege Segestica. Or Segesta. So, we've got plenty of rams. Can actually see who's in there now. That's the faction leader, Lucius Julius. Good lord. A freeman clerk, a tax farmer, a cook, a comedian, that's +1 morale. Priest of Bacchus, Gourmand mistress. Priest of Jupiter. He's got... I think that's maximum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nearly maximum management and influence. Okay, command. Confident commander, politician, superb administrator, energetic, tax farmer, poor farmer, that's nothing. Likes a flutter. Ex-Quetzal, ex-Adel, he blatant adulterer, +1 morale, that's +2. Drunkard, faction leader, espionage, refined taste, gourmand, ingenious, benevolent ruler. This guy is good. Yes, he has a couple of not so good traits, but those are easily balanced out by all of this. So his troops are going to have +2 morale. Unless no, so it is going to be +2 comedian and adulterer. Who would have thought that sleeping with other women would make your troops less likely to retreat in battle? However, these are just lots and lots of regular Hastati and war dogs. Probably the war dogs who... These are all the war dogs who retreated. Hastati, these ones have retreated Hastati and probably been retrained in the cavalry auxilia. So Sinfor is going to finish what he started, essentially. And it's a large town. It only has a villa. So no doubt it probably won't have the means to retrain my troops. But Hastati will fall pretty easily to chosen swordsmen with silver equipment. So if we look at these, attack 17, defense 19, attack 7, defense 14. These guys are puny. Excellent. And even my swordsmen, attack 14, defense 14, they'll hold the line with silver equipment. And I've got my chariots not too... that will make it work. So we're finally in Italy. It took a lot longer than I hoped, but we got there in the end. The Gauls are left to one puny little settlement. I can essentially send a small force up there to conquer once I have the means. I get some troops trained in these cities. And I finally have Sinfor the Conqueror, who I hope will conquer at least one Roman town before he dies. Oh, look at that. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's reached maximum influence. That's because he's the faction heir now. Unfortunately, he never got to be the leader. Meriadoc stole that from him. Maybe I should have let him in the leader. Then he'll have more chariots to his name. But whatever the case, I'm going to end it here as we advance into Roman territory. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed and that you will join me for the next episode of Rome Total War.